Hey, thanks for the comments from yesterday's video. Um, I think that I'd like to respond to Nick's comment. Very specifically, he wondered if I think it would be better if we were living in a post-industrialized revolution. Um, But that's not how I look at things because it doesn't matter what I think if it's better or not. Because we live in the time we live in and we have to accept that. So, where I'm speaking is not from a point of disappointment or frustration or blame, you know, because that gets you nowhere, man. Nowhere fast. Um, the what I'm trying to explain, which I know I was choppy, um, the third industrial revolution was powered by fossil fuels. Okay, so if you go before, you have to listen closely because if you don't follow what I'm saying, you're gonna just start disagreeing with me, and opinions. And this, I'm not talking about opinions. Okay, you have to look, when did fossil fuels start um, being a necessity for the progress of humanity. Okay? There was a point when you could not raise a family, okay, unless you had enough food, okay, transportation. Just eliminate all the transportation from your life and everybody you know right now and say you had to rely on walking and horses, okay, to get food, to get whatever, whatever. All right, you see where I'm getting at? Fossil fuels, everything you look at around your room, around, you know, your life, your cars, it's related to oil, man. Oil. It is. That's just that. You have to realize that. Everything you eat, everything, it's oil, man. Absolutely. And guess what? It's not that there's a shortage of oil, but there's a hell of a lot more people on Earth. A hell of a lot. If you look at how many people have been added to the population of Earth as time's gone on in the last 120 years, or 100, just go back maybe 130 years. Why I say that is you'll see the increase because of oil, because of the third industrial revolution. People can travel across the planet in a few hours, or maybe whatever, right? That's just the way it is. Now, every few years, there's a billion people added to Earth, okay? Survival, what I'm getting at, survival, you don't survive unless you have food, water, shelter, okay? Some fucking people around you that care, right? So when I'm talking about imposing of one's will, you're imposing. This is a long topic. Um, so you got to let that sink in, and I know this isn't something you learn overnight, and your education system doesn't teach you what they wanted. They want you to memorize, and they will reward you for memorizing what they want you to memorize, and you will be ready. You'll be ready to go to college or be ready to join the military, and be very confused when you get out of high school if you're not careful. That's the game. Most people are better off once they learn how to read, write, and do some basic math. Get out. get out of school immediately and start doing whatever brings you joy, you know? Maybe it's playing frisbee golf, man. Play frisbee golf every day. Do it. Play your fucking guitar. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm talking about. Imposing of one's will through forced education. Forced, okay, they don't like, well, they do kind of lock you in schools now, you know. It's only becoming more forced. You know, people, I've had conversations with friends that are teachers like, well, they don't force you to, go to school. Well, okay, stop sending your kids to school all of a sudden and see what happens. You'll get knocks on your door, you'll get phone calls, you know, you'll get truancy officers coming, you know. It doesn't matter if even you're within 100 miles from where there was a mass school shooting. They don't care. They don't care. Everybody should pull their kids out of school freaking immediately. Unless if they want to keep going to school, all right, you know. I mean, if they're like, I love it. I love my teachers. I love learning history. I love science. I love, you know, and if the parents like, well, it's probably better off you, you know, go find your friends and stuff and do whatever, but then you can just learn from home. They're like, no, I want to go to school. I love school so much. I love English class. I love math class. I love all these class. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with algebra, but I love it so much. You know, that's the point. When I took algebra, I did really well in algebra in high school. That was a point when I was like, what does that fucking mean? What the hell did I just do? I have no idea what it's for. No idea. In my life. In somebody else's life, you'd be like, I want to learn algebra because I want to be a freaking rocket scientist, or I want to be an engineer, or I want to do this or that. Great. That's life, man. That's you go that direction. My direction isn't your direction, you know. I mean, we live on the same, that's why you have to ask yourself, there's still some path that we all might be on, right? I have been, I mean, literally like music and what I do. Nothing was going to stop me. Like I said, I'm lucky I had really good parents that semi supported me, that were very conservative Democrat. Mom became a Buddhist, early in my life, which um, helped transform my life. I was able to really look, and I want to say also, Nick, when you mentioned that you thought Kurt would be a conservative. Um, or a liberal. I think that he would think it's all a bunch of crap. Ideologies are a bunch of crap. You have to find your own. You have to find your own out of all of that. You don't put yourself in a box, man. It's not like you know. See, Biden's fault. Biden's doing everything. Trump is the fucking prince and king and savior. It's like, it's it that just look. I use two names there, but the point I'm making is like, don't fucking take sides, dude. Don't take sides. You know, it's a big game, and they're all in it. And I forget who said there's two wings on the eagle. Okay, that's in the background. There's a freaking American flag, right? And there's a Supreme Court. You know, that's the game they play, right? All right. I love eagles, but that's not an eagle in Washington D.C. That's not an eagle. All right. Those are freaking violent terrorists. Manipulative. Most of them. You know, there are some good people in DC, but a lot of them, you know, if you anyway, we're not gonna fucking go there, man. So I hope I made it a little bit more clear. You know, the third industrial revolution, would things be better right now? Okay, no. If the amount of people were on Earth now, and we had to gain everything we needed with horses and with manpower and with chopping wood and getting water and having to grow gardens. No, everybody would die. But the important thing is that the um, lust and the greed for the energy, right? It's got a nuclear tip missile at the end of it, man. You know, where does that get us all? Be you liberal, be you conservative, be you whatever the fuck you are. You know, I take this very, very seriously, and not many people around me do. You know, they're like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. You know, it's too violent or too negative, or, you know, all right, well, watch, you know, if one bomb goes off, we're all fucked, man. It doesn't matter where you are. If one of the latest nuclear bombs go off, we're all fucked, right? And it's based off, I mean, it really is based off energy at this point, you know? And we're all to blame in a sense. We're all to blame, meaning our ancestors, our, you know, it's a long, long road to be a really, really good, kind person, giving person, no matter what. Like, unconditionally, unconditionally compassionate, unconditionally sympathetic, unconditionally a good person. Go find one. Go find one. That's not going to try to push like some ridiculous ideology down your throat and point at you, go like, you need to be this, or you're going to do this, or this is going to happen to you, and that's just imposing, you know, whatever. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Nick, for actually a comment like that inspired this video. So cheers.